for waiting. I am back with Taisho's Alice, specifically Kaguya's route, which is the fox dude that I was interested in the first game. But considering the track record of this game, I probably won't like him after his route anymore. Especially after the last route. The last route was really rough, which was Gretel's route. Yeah. Let's hope it's better this time. Oh, also, trigger warning for this route, from what I've heard from my friends, are self-harm, depression, and things of those nature. So, yeah. Please approach with caution. This is not a very lighthearted game. Okay, let's go. Okay. The hot amber liquid rippled in rose-printed porcelain. I could smell citrus in the steam, sorry. This was but one of the many cafes in the Looking Glass world. Customers came from all over town to enjoy a spot of afternoon tea.
すみません。お会計をお願いします。
Sure thing. It was one of our regulars. I stopped what I was doing and headed over.
ありがとう。今日も美味しかったよ。一度ここの店のものを味わったら他じゃ飲めないね。
Glad to hear it. We really appreciate your business. I smiled back at him. My name, Yugurika Arisu. Occupation, waitress.
あ、そうだ。
When I handed him his change, his eyes lit up. What is it? Tilting my head, I gazed into his eyes. He faltered and glanced away. Everybody loves Yurika, huh?
君はその
Aw, how
今
cute.
誰かと。
おいそこのウェイトレスちょっと来い
Aw, I like the shy customer though. He sounds scared. I heard a certain someone calling from behind the counter and flinched exaggeratedly in mock surprise. Coming! Sorry, but we'll have to pick this up again some other time. I shot the customer a quick wink. In response, he smiled slightly and raised a hand in farewell. Call, Cinderella? Ouch! After the man left the cafe, I returned to the counter, only to get smacked upside the head with an empty plate.
シンデレラさんじゃなくて店長って呼べっつってんだろ
Yes, sir! I responded cheerfully, and the grumpy-looking man let out a sigh. His name was Cinderella, and he managed the cafe. In other words, he was my boss.
馴染みの客と交流するのもいいけど他もしっかりやれよ
Okay, I won't. Normally, Cinderella liked to ditch the cafe and goof off in town, but every now and then he would get bored enough to help me run the store. How kind of him to do the bare minimum. He was a fairly handy guy and could master any task you threw at him, but his social skills weren't quite as polished. Yeah, let's put it that way.
なんか失礼なこと考えてないか
No? I cocked my head cutely.
まあいいやとりあえずそこの窓際の席のカップルに注文取ったら休憩に行って
Just then,
あんたなんて大嫌い
yikes. A loud voice rang throughout the dining area, followed by a slapping sound. You have a girlfriend? Source was none other than the very couple Cinderella had just indicated. Oh, you're not a butler anymore. My title's a mistake then.
何か言うことは
Peaceful atmosphere was done, replaced by sizzling tension. Evidently, the woman had struck her boyfriend. He sat there clutching his cheek and gazing at his bow with a half smile. Feels like a soap opera. I smell drama. Bruh.
怒った顔も素敵やね。
Horrible. Bruh. He grinned like a goofball. Naturally, the woman struck him again. Bruh. This time, the impact sent him toppling right out of his chair.
もうあんたなんて知らない。別れましょう。さようなら。
With that, the woman stormed out.
女って生き物は怖いな。
Hey! Rude. Cinderella wasn't one to mince his words. Will you approach the man on the floor? I bet if I say no, I'm just gonna get a bad ending immediately. Oh no, apparently not. What happens if I say no then? Wait. Let's try. Data likes trying. No.
おい
Ouch! He smacked me upside the head again.
何ボケーっと突っ立ってんだよ従業員。ほらこれ持って行ってこい。
Yes, sir. Took the wet towel from his hands and headed over to the customer. I see, so it was just that. We get smacked up on the head. Got it. Yes. Thinking quickly, I pulled out my handkerchief, ran some cold water over it, then hurried over to the fallen man. Excuse me, are you alright, sir? Pressed the cool cloth against his swollen cheek.
ああ、おおきに。
So he's not our butler anymore. But my title. I'll think about what to change it to. He blinked back at me, his eyes as wide as saucers. Then, out of nowhere, he clasped my hand in his. Eek!
お嬢さん、めっちゃ可愛いやん。
What the
僕と
fuck?
付き合わへん。
The translation is so horrible. Like, he's just saying we're cute. I don't understand why it has to be what. Blimey, you're one fit bird. The translation, man. Bruh. And asked me out on the spot. All around us, I could hear the other customers whispering. Bruh. Okay, this is our first save file. Accept, apparently. Really? Immediately? Accept? I can't punch him? No? Sure.
No!
Cinderella. My response shocked our audience even more.
付き合う言うても、どこに行くんですかっちゅうことやないで。男女の中っちゅうことやで。
Yes, I understand that.
ほんま。うわ、めっちゃ嬉しいわ。
おいおいちょっと待て。あんた正気か。俺が働かせすぎたか。
Next thing I knew, Cinderella walked right up to me and put a hand on my forehead.
熱はない。
I'm afraid I'm sound in mind and body, sir.
いやだって。
As Cinderella stared at me in shock, my new boyfriend pushed himself up onto his feet and gave me a big hug, beaming from ear to ear.
よっしゃ。今日から君は僕の彼女さんや。
That's insane. Is this like pretty privileges? Both for Kaguya for getting accepted and also Yurika for getting the offer.
あおいこの野郎。
Conscious of the public eye, I gave him a little push and he backed away from me.
ちなみに自分、名前なんて言うん？
He doesn't even know our name yet. This is crazy. What is this? I hate that Taisho's Alice routes always start off really interesting, but then they just like spiral all the way down. Like, this is so funny already, but I just know it's gonna be so bad. Yurika.
ゆりかちゃん。可愛い名前やな。自分にめっちゃ似合うとるで。
Clasped both of my hands and shook them firmly. Thanks. What about you?
僕は、かぐやっていうね。自分の好きなように呼んだってや。
Okay, I think I'll stick to Kaguya for now.
じゃあ、今からゆりかちゃんは、僕の彼女さんちゅうことで、よろしゅうな。
Yeah, yoroshiku indeed. I look forward to it very much. It was just another day in your average run-of-the-mill cafe. Or so I thought, but through a series of unforeseen events, I ended up with a boyfriend. Bruh, this is insane.
信じられね
Agreed. After that one-of-a-kind whirlwind courtship, I went back to work like nothing ever happened. Believe what?
え。あんたたちのことだよ。出会って何分だ ?1 分くらいしか経ってねえだろ。
More like 2 seconds, really.
出会って即告って即 OK って。なんだそのインスタント恋愛は。
What a time saver, am I right? Kaguya was sitting at this table, sipping the tea I made for him with a smile on his face. He noticed me looking at him and waved cheerfully. Not to be outdone, I waved back. Meanwhile, Cinderella rolled his eye.
男の方はまだわからないでもないが、あんたが一番理解できね
You think so?
え。そうですかって。
Well, what's so bad about it?
いや、普通あるだろう。家庭とか経過とか躊躇とかいろいろ。
Oh yeah? What do you mean, set up?
そりゃ恋愛のいろはっていうか情緒っていうか
From all the routes, I don't want to hear this from you, Cinderella.
物事には順序とかあるし積み重ねとかあるだろう。
Oh, I see. How very traditionalist of you. He reached out and pinched my cheek.
今の小バカにした言い方がムカつく。
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Wait, I'm not. Oh, I'm not trying to be sassy. I had to pinch my cheeks while thinking as well. I'm not trying to be sassy.
ああいう見た目も軽い男は中身も軽い。絶対に女をとっかえ引っかえしてるタイプだ。あんただって見たろ。あいつがあんたに告る直前別の女に振られてたじゃねえか。
Rubbing my sore cheek, I tilted my head in contemplation. What's so bad about that? If anything, it just means I know for a fact that he's single, doesn't it? I mean, you're not wrong, girl, but...
いや、確かにそうだけど。
Look, Cinderella,
なんだよ。
I don't approve of you trash-talking some guy you only just met.
よく知りもしない相手と付き合うのはいいことなのかよ。
Getting to know each other is the whole point of dating. You go on dates because you want to know more about them. I mean, it's not wrong. He scowled at me, but still, there are steps,
好きな
girl.
のか。
I wouldn't agree to it if I wasn't. He is very cute, and his accent is adorable.
ふん。ま、あんたがいいならそれ以上は何も言わねえが、泣きを見るなよ。
Why not? Won't you comfort me?
いやだ。ほら、さっさと休憩行ってこい。
Okay, thanks. Be back soon. Pulled off my apron and headed over to see my new boyfriend. Sorry it took so long.
全然待っとらへんよ。可愛いひーさんのこと見てたら時間なんてあっという間に過ぎとったわ。
He still
Oh my
he still calls us he-san, which is like the way he called us in episode 1 when he was our butler, which is like proprietor. Like it's a very formal way to call someone, and they're usually like above you in rank, I think. So interesting. Maybe it's just a pet name. I don't know what a he-san is. Glad to hear it.
お腹すいた？
Am I ever?
僕もや。ほな、今から美味しいもん食べに行こ
Okay.
う。おっと、その前に。
Kaguya knelt down in front of me and offered his hand. Oh, what a sweetheart!
僕のひーさん。お手をどうぞ。
So it is. He still calls us puppet or whatever. What is a he-san or a puppet? Is that not like a too formal name? Say, I don't know. And so, hand in hand, we walked down the street. Considering I'd only known him for a few hours, this was all happening rather quickly, and I was feeling a bit flustered. What do you want to have for lunch, Kaguya?
僕は何でもええで。ひーさんは何が食べたい？
Good question. The lunch rush had come and gone, but the streets were still brimming with appetizing smells. Fried food, meats, baked goods. As I debated internally, my eyes met Kaguya's and he smiled.
迷ってんならそこらのうまそうな店片っ端から見てじっくり決めよ
Good idea.
う。なんか食べたいもんあったら遠慮せんと言ってな。
Okay, same goes to you.
僕はひーさんの好きなもんがええな。
Ah,
せっかくこうして好きなことおるんやから好きなこと同じもんが食べたいし。
he just met. His favorite girl? Already? Jeez, I'm blushing. Girl, have some self-respect. Every round. Every single round, I have to yell at Yurika to have some self-respect. I swear. No matter what.
そういうもんやって。
At this point, it was clear I was going to have to be the one to make the decision. In terms of first date food, I'd usually go with a nice classy cafe, but I couldn't exactly go to a rifle cafe on my lunch break. Perhaps my best bet was a crepe or something in that vein. How about crepes?
お、ええな。じゃあクレープ屋さんに行こうか。
Crepe? Okay. Earning Kaguya led me by the hand. He seemed really happy. His childlike innocence made a simple stroll feel like so much fun.
そりゃあめっちゃ嬉しいもん。ひーさんみたいな可愛い彼女ができて僕はほんま幸せもんやで。
What's pop it mean anyway?
姫様ってことやで。
I
ひ
see.
ーさん。
Ah, Hime-sama, He-san. Ah. I've never heard of it before. Is it some kind of regional slang?
そう、どないやろな。
You're not from around here, are you, Kaguya? Are you from a different country?
そう見える？
So you're not, or... It was merely trying to make small talk. After all, it was the perfect way to learn more about my new boyfriend, as well as a healthy part of any budding relationship. Is my connection okay? Just died all of a sudden. It told. Fuck me. Nope, not okay. Well, he died a little bit, but it should be back now. Hello? Ooh, why does this keep happening to me? Oh, horrible. I'll just wait before continuing, I guess. Until it works again. I'm gonna actually take a drinking break while we wait. I think it might be back. Think? Yeah, shall we go on? Okay, should be fine. Alright. Just then, a delicious fragrance wafted its way over to us. Wafted? Looking around for the source, I followed my nose and found... Kebab! I love kebabs. Kebabs. Yeah, kebabs of all things.
ん？どないしたん？
Oh, nothing. I turned away from the kebab stand. No matter how good it sounded, there was no way in hell I could eat kebabs on a first date. Why not? Besides, I already told Kaguya I wanted crepes. Cute, feminine crepes. I would sooner die than turn to him and ask, hey, can we go for kebabs instead? So I needed to shift my stomach out of meat mode and start thinking about dessert. I love both. Why can't we have both? I would love to have both.
あ、なあなあひーさん、美味しそうなもんあるで。早よ行こう。
Whoa! Pulling me by the hand, led me to the very same kebab stand.
ここやここ。 やな。
Haha. It was such perfect timing, I didn't quite know how to react. Behind the stand, the man in charge was happily grilling his skewers of meat over a charcoal fire. I'm hungry! Stop! Ooh, the closer I get, the better it smells.
なあ、クレープはやめてここにせえへん？なんかめっちゃ美味しそうやし、ひいさんが好きなもんでええって言ったのにあれやけど、あかんかな。
He tilted his head inquiringly. Oh no, I don't mind at all. That suits me just fine. I gave him a thumbs up. If anything, it's everything I ever wanted and more. In response, Kaguya gave me a thumbs up in kind, tapping his thumb against mine.
よっしゃ。おっちゃん、僕と彼女に一本ずつちょうだい。もちろんカップル割引でな。
Our purchase complete, we paid a visit to the lake. No one else was around, so it was the perfect place for a private moment. Kaguya, let me pay you back for my help.
ええて。女の子に払わせるわけいかへんし。それに、ひいさんが可愛いから、おっちゃんも負けてくれはったしな。あ、ここらへんにしようか。
He spotted a bench on the lakeshore and stuck his things onto it. Are you sure you don't want me to pay you back?
ええよ。そんな遠慮することなんかあらへんって。
Hey then, thanks for treating me.
はい、どういたしまして。
He patted me on the head.
ほな、座って食べよ。
Okay.
ああ、ちょい待ち。
Without warning, he suddenly pulled off his kimono and spread it out on the bench.
そのまま座るとひいさんの服が
How
汚れるやろ。
sweet.
僕の着物の上に座ったらええよ。
What? You don't have to do that, it's just a bench. Besides, I don't want to get your kimono all dirty.
僕のは別に汚れても構わへんから。な。
Pulled me down onto the bench on top of his kimono layer. Sorry about this.
そない遠慮せんとき。自
Aww.
分は僕の彼女さんなんやから。当然やろ。
Would they?
そういうもんやって。ちょっと待ってな。今用意したるから。
Pulled a skewer out of the paper bag and slid each piece of meat off the stick onto a paper plate. What are you doing?
ひいさんが食べる分を取り分けてるんやで。ほら、かぶりついたら口元が汚れるやろ。あ、ひいさんはかぶりついた方が良かったか？ほんなら、こっちの方を。
I feel so pampered. Almost like I'm a real princess.
大げさやな。これくらい彼氏なんやから当然やって。
I somehow doubt that.
はい、できた。ほら、ひいさん。
Wait, what? He held the kebab, or rather, just the meat, up to my mouth. After a moment of hesitation, I opened my mouth and took the bite.
お味の方はどうですか？
It's divine! My reply came out a bit louder than I meant it to. The meat was delightfully tender, and the juices danced on my tongue as I chewed. Seasoning wasn't too overpowering either. As I savored the meat, Kaguya beamed with satisfaction.
よかった。ほんなら僕の分も食べてええよ。
As he spoke, he slit the pieces of meat from the second skewer. What? Don't you want it?
僕はさっき自分のとこの店で食べたからお腹いっぱいやねん。
Surely the little treats we sell aren't enough of a meal to satisfy a grown man. If memory serves, all he had was a scone and a cup of tea. I'd be starving if I was him. Wait, then why the heck did I suggest crepes of all things?
僕な、こう見えて小食やねん。さ、できたで。どうぞ。
Hey. He stuffed a piece of meat onto his fork and held it up to my mouth. I was caught in quite a quandary. Was he actually full? Or was he just offering to be polite? Will you eat Kaguya's share? Will I eat his share? No, I will encourage him to eat it himself. Kaguya, do you think I'm some kind of hunger monster? I gave him a withering stare.
食欲魔人
You've never heard of it? It's a wicked creature that gobbles up everything inside. Oh, me?
僕も食べられてしまうん
Hmm. He cocked his head playfully. Oh yes, I'm afraid so.
ひいさんならええよさあ僕をお食べ
Bruh. How do you respond to his joke? That's 4 different things. Wow. Let's play along. Actually, I'm kind of curious because I doubt this would matter, so I want to see what the options are. As you retort, oh, come off it, mate. Oh, we're Australian now. I smacked him lightly. How was that? Did I sound like you?
ええやんええやん見事なツッコミやでひいさん
Ah, so we mimicked his accent. Yay! What about give him a weird look? I stared at him in confusion. In response, he waved a hand unconcerned.
冗談やってそんな引かんといてください
Oh, but all jokes aside, I think we should take this opportunity to eat together.
はい
Yup, that killed the mood real quick. Play along. Rawr! Why rawr? Ah, rawr. I grabbed him by the arm and made monster noises at him.
うわかわいいな
I think it's the 8th time he's called me cute so far. Okay, but all jokes aside, I think we should take this opportunity to eat together.
はい
He retracted his fork. Then something occurred to me. Oh, did you want me to feed you next?
せやねん食べ
Alright. Will I feed him? There's a lot of answers. Yes. He passed me the fork. I stabbed a piece of meat onto it and held it up to his mouth. Okay,
あ
how is it?
うんうわこれめっちゃ美味しいな
Mm. Alright. Hehe. For mushy couple quotient was off the chart. Hard to think we were total strangers just a few hours ago.
はいお水
Ding. Once our meal was finished, Kaguya took the initiative to throw away our trash and buy us some drinks. I offered to go in his place, but he insisted. He really seems to enjoy waiting on me hand and foot. Thank you for always being so considerate, Kaguya.
別にええって全部僕が好きでやってることやしな
Afterwards, the two of us stared out at the gently rippling lake. My lunch break was approaching its end, and I knew the time would be better spent having some sort of conversation, but I think we were both in a bit of a food coma. Curiously, I stole a glance at Kaguya's face in profile beside me.
んどないしたん
How's your cheek? He gingerly touched the pink swollen spot on his face. Though he didn't let it show, I could tell it must hurt bad.
ええ男が台無し
I'm afraid so. You really think highly of yourself, huh?
冗談やって
Pulled my handkerchief out of my pocket and pressed it against his cheek.
このハンカチ汚れてしもうたな新しいの買うた方がええかな
I don't need a new one, but you should keep this one and use it when you need to. Kaguya cocked his head at me.
ほんまに僕がもらってもええの
Sure, I don't mind. It's just a handkerchief, bro. He blinked at me in surprise, the same way he had back when we first met. Then the look in his eyes softened.
ほんならもらっとくわおおきにな
Lips curled into a contented grin. You're very welcome. I grinned right back at him.
自分ええ子やな
Well, I'm certainly not a bad girl, but I do know that I'm especially good either.
ほんまに？
You can never judge a book by its cover. It's not too late to change your mind about me, you know? He smirked mischievously.
全然。ひいさんこそ、僕なんかと付き合うて後悔してへん？
I think it's a little premature for that. I'll need to wait until I know you a bit better.
あ、石膏。そういう時は、全然って可愛く言うんがええ子なんやで。
Will you respond like a proper good girl? Or what are these choices? What happens if I say no? No. I did tell you I'm not a good girl, right?
意地悪や。
Sad? That's kind of boring. Yes. That's gonna happen.
そうそ
Then Kaguya looked up as though he had just remembered something.
う。ひいさん、この後も仕事やろ？時間は大丈夫なん？
Oh crap. And by oh crap, I mean oh crap. It was having so much fun, I completely lost track of time.
そろそろ戻ろう。
Yes, please. Before I could rise to my feet, he offered me a hand.
お手をどうぞ、お姫様。
Thank you. Gosh, I really do feel like a princess. Hoping to contribute something in return, I reached to take his kimono off the bench and shake it out. But he beat me to the punch there too. He thinks of everything! As he brushed the dust from his clothes, he turned to me.
お、なあなあ、今日自分の仕事終わるの待っててもええ？
Sure. On the way back to the cafe, we engaged in lots of fun conversation.
ひいさんはあの店にずっと勤めとるん？
Oh, I don't know, about 2 years now?
へえ、2年もやっとるからあんな慣れとるんやな。自分
Alright. That's kind of you to say. How was the scone?
めちゃめちゃ美味しかった。
I baked those myself, actually.
おお、すごいやん。ひいさんは可愛いだけやなくて料理も上手なんやな。
Nothing special. And yet, I was gloating internally.
僕あの店好きやな。
Bruh.
食事は美味しいし制服もエロ可愛いし
Bruh.
あの店長さんもおもろい人みたいやしな。
Yeah, Cinderella's a good guy. Really fun to work with. Oh, but to be clear, you're a good guy too. You're really kind and you're always smiling. I figured I should probably not gush about some other guys in front of my new boyfriend, so I added some compliments for him too.
僕自身あんま実感ないな。
He smells sheepishly. Of course I am. I really think you're great. Meanwhile, I shifted my attention to our surroundings. Look at all these women staring at Kaguya. I think I just heard someone say, "Check out that hottie!" As I returned my gaze to Kaguya's perfect face, he blinked at me curiously. It's nothing. I turned back to the road ahead of us and came face to face with a young woman. Is this the one who slapped him? Her surprise quickly shifted to fury, and she stormed right up at us. One look at the glare in her eyes, and I could already tell what was about to happen. She wasn't glaring at me, she was glaring at Kaguya. You know her, Kaguya? Despite our impending doom, I forced my tone to stay level.
ああ、
Under pressure from the woman's glare and my question, Kaguya faltered and started to laugh nervously.
どちらさんでしたっけ？
Yikes, that bad, huh?
最
Next thing I heard was an airy slap. Kaguya? Are you okay?
大丈夫や。
Not gonna lie, when I first saw him in Cinderella's route, I didn't expect him to be a playboy. Judging from the sound of his voice, he was anything but.
あなた彼の何？
Me? Well, I'm his girlfriend, I suppose?
私も彼の彼女なんだけど。
He smiled stiffly. This was exactly what I had been afraid of. I see. So I take it you're mad because he's cheating on you?
はあ？何冷静ぶってんの？
Anger was perfectly reasonable, of course.
ねえ、どういうこと？説明してよ。私と付き合ってんのにこの女とも付き合ったっていうわけ？それともこの女と付き合ってるのに私とも付き合ったの？
Well, considering I'm literally like, we just started dating. We're the other woman.
ああ、一応君の方が先に付き合ってたというか。
You think?
一応？何それ？意味わかんない。私とこの女、どっちが本命なの？
それは
Kaguya glanced at each of us in turn.
ゆりかちゃんかな。
Yikes! Oh, bro, this is so horrible! Flushed with rage, the woman raised her hand to strike once more. Wait, please! I grabbed her arm.
何よ？
I won't deny it, what he's done is despicable and more than worthy of your retribution. But I'm partially at fault here myself. The fact of the matter is, unbeknownst to either of us, I stole him from you. I paused to take a breath. So if you're going to hit someone, hit me instead. Girl! Have some self-respect!
はあ？何イコちゃんぶってんの？
For
あ
real
なた
though.
は人の彼氏に手出したんだよ。
You're absolutely right. Just why I ought to be held accountable. So go ahead, hit me.
ゆりかちゃん。
Bro is insane. I relinquished my grip on her arm, closed my eyes, and gritted my teeth to brace myself for impact. But that impact never came.
ああ、めっちゃ気持ちええわ。
Kaguya sighed peacefully as he pressed an ice pack to his inflamed cheek. Does it hurt? Girl, run away!
ちょっとな。
Girl. Well, I'm afraid you'll just have to suck it up. Considering what you did to her, you got off easy.
せやな。
Smiled stiffly as I fell silent. And to break the tension, he glanced around.
喫茶店の上の階は粉になっとるんやな。
I worked down on the first floor and rent a room up here on the second. After the scandal, I brought Kaguya to my room. We've been together for less than a day and I've already brought him home with me. My grandmother would faint.
僕、部屋に上がってもよかったん？
Just so we're clear, I don't do this with all the guys. You're a special exception.
恋人やもんな。
I patted his cheek with my index finger. Because you're injured. Frankly, you were lucky she was willing to have mercy on you. Because she was entirely in the right. That said, I knew all along she wasn't going to take me up on my offer. Her first slap had already drawn a considerable amount of attention. If she went on to strike the sweet and innocent other women, she would have caused even more of a scene.
わかってます。浮気した僕が悪いんやって。
He slumped his shoulders. Darn right. I pulled the ice pack away from his face, then cleared my throat. Okay, I promise I won't get mad, so please just be honest with me.
はい。
How many other girlfriends do you have?
怒ってないん？
At this point, I don't have the energy for it.
呆れとる。
Bingo.
はははは。それは悪いことしたな。
This isn't funny, Kaguya. Put my hands on my hips. Do you really want to know about his past love affairs? I'm supposed to say no? You're insane. That's crazy. Let's say yes first. So, how many of us are there?
3人くらい？
I didn't buy that for a second. Closer to 30, am I right? How do you know? I smiled sardonically.
10倍は言い過ぎやと。
Look, I don't care how many people you've been with in the past. I just want to check.
はい。
You have romantic feelings for me, yes?
もちろん。
Am I the only girl you're currently seeing?
せやで。
Okay then.
もうええの？
Okay, I think that already repeats. No. I admit I do have some questions, but there's no point in dredging up your history, so I won't ask. Just want to check if this is the same. Romantic feelings.
せやで。もうええの？
Yeah. Stared at me slack-jawed. What's the matter?
てっきり自分にも振られるかと思うててんけど。
You want me to?
ちゃうねん、そうやなくて。
I know. I exhaled slightly. I'm confused. Which one am I? What? If I say yes, I'm assuming that'll be a bad ending, no? Oh, wait, this is safe out too, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that will be a bad ending, I feel like. So let's just say no. I asked you, there's 13 bad endings for this route, by the way. So we're in for a ride. I asked you if you have feelings for me, and if I'm the only one you see, and you said yes to both. So I'll let it go.
めっちゃええ子や。
Stared hard at Kaguya. My brow furrowed. What? Because my decision was convenient for you? That's not how being good works. Anyway, if I leave you to your own devices, there's no telling when someone will beat you black and blue. Just stay here until things settle down, alright?
はい。
で、容体は？
He insists he's fine, but as far as I can tell, he might still have some residual swelling tomorrow.
自業自得だな。
Yeah. After he returned to work, I explained the situation to Cinderella, who snickered.
言った通りだったろ。あいつは女を取っ換え引っ換えしてるって。
There's nothing wrong with polyamory as long as everyone consents. True, but not everyone consented, girl.
されてたんだろ。
Exactly. Right. Well, technically I was more of a villain than a victim in this scenario, but...
悪いことは言わねえ。傷つかないうちに別れちまえよ。俺、なんか間違ってること言ってるか？
No, I'd say that's the conclusion most people would come to. Then why aren't you doing it, girl?
なんだそれ。あんたは浮気されてもいいってのかよ。
Bro is insane. Not especially. It's not that I approve of his infidelity. I just don't know him that well. That's why I'm not too hung up about it. Long story short, I'm just not emotionally invested yet.
そりゃあんな唐突に付き合えばそうなるだろう。
Yup. Tell me, Cinderella, what is infidelity to you?
はあ？そりゃ浮気っていうくらいだから浮ついた気持ちであっちこっちにフラフラするってことじゃねえの？
Then wouldn't that apply to you since you're always out wandering around when you should be working?
俺をあんなのと一緒にすんな。
Ouch! He smacks me over the head. You're such a hypocrite, you know that? No, girl. Like, Cinderella is right at this point.
このへりくつ娘。無駄話してる暇あったら手動かせ。
Okay. And so I went back to work.
ああ、ひいさん、おかえり。
I'm all done with work. When I returned to my room, Kaguya greeted me with a smile.
仕事どないやった？疲れたやろ？肩もんだろか？
He slid an arm around my waist and guided me to the center of the room, where he sat me down and rubbed my shoulders.
お客さん、肩凝ってますな。この調子やと、足とかも相当むくんでるんとちゃいますか？
Oh, but they are, sir. I have to be on my feet all day at work, so I massage them myself every day.
僕、足のマッサージも得意なんです。今ならサービスでなんとただ。どうですか？
No thanks.
そりゃ残念やな。
For me or for you?
もちろん僕が。
Thanks for the offer. I gently moved his hands away from my shoulders. I need to change out of my uniform, so could I ask you to leave? I gestured to the door.
わかったわ。
I left the room without complaint. I made sure the door was firmly shut, then locked it for good measure. Phew. Giving a sigh, I grabbed some loungewear from my closet. It was so quiet and peaceful, you'd never know anyone was in here just moments earlier. As I stripped off my uniform, I thought about Kaguya. What did he do in here while I was gone? I brought him tea and snacks during my last break, but he didn't seem to have touched them. I didn't notice anything out of place either. Did he just sit there and twiddle his thumbs the whole time? There we go. Once I finished changing, I opened the door. Sorry for the... Wait. What the... There was no one there. Kaguya? I called his name. No response. He's not trying to play hide and seek with me, is he? I cast my eyes all around the hallway. Was he going to jump out and scare me as a prank?
何やってんだ
Just then, Cinderella came up the stairs. Hey, have you seen Kaguya?
あいつだったらヘラヘラ笑いながら出て行ったぞ
Okay, great. Thank you. I bolted down the staircase at the speed of light. Winter sun was quick to set, and the dark of twilight was settling in. Cutting through the crowds of people on their way home, I finally tracked him down. Kaguya! Fortunately for me, his strange attire made him stand out like a sore thumb. The second I laid eyes on him, I shouted and waved. But the next instant, I stopped short and lowered my hand. He was smiling and chatting with a woman I didn't recognize.
あれ
When he spotted me, he raised his eyebrows in surprise.
どないしたん
I should ask you the same thing. You disappeared on me.
え着替えるから出てき言うたやん。
I didn't mean literally. I just wanted you to stand in the hall until I was done.
そうなんつい勘違いしてもうたわ。
Glanced at the pretty lady standing next to him. Will you ask him about the other woman? Apparently, I should say no. About 3.
あ、ちなみに彼女な、道に迷ってたんやって。
So you were helping her?
せや。びっくりしたやろ。話しかけたんがこんな喋りのやつで。
Kaguya gave the woman a grin, like, am I right? And she smiled vaguely in response. I'm pretty sure this lady was just looking for an excuse to talk to him. So where are you trying to go? For politeness' sake, I donned a smile. Fortunately, her destination was a popular tourist location. I gave her directions and she quickly headed off. Take care.
ほな、気ぃつけてな。
With a final wave to the woman, I turned back to Kaguya.
んそういや、ひーさんは僕を探してくれはったんやっけ。僕になんか用があるん
Like, you're not gonna exchange contact numbers at all? At first I thought it was a stupid question, but then I realized it wasn't. Did I need something? Well, no. No, I didn't. It was just, you disappeared, so I got worried.
すんません。
He inclined his head politely, then glanced up at the skies. Inky canvas above us was studded with little pinpricks of light.
もうすっかり夜やんな。
Sure has.
ひーさん。
What is it, Kaguya? He stooped down until he was at my eye level, then stroked my hair.
女の子が一人でこんな夜に出歩いたらあかんで。送ったるから帰ろ。
It's not that late. Early evening at worst.
せやけど、ひーさんはこんなに可愛いんやから、どっかの悪い男からナンパされるかもしれんやろ
Like you? You mean like you?
僕みたいに。ほな、手つなご。
Sure. You have plans after this, Kaguya?
ん
You have to get home by a certain time? With a smile, he proceeded to drop the biggest bombshell yet.
そんなんあらへんよ。
Eh?
僕、宿なしやし。
信じらんねえ。
Huh. Interesting. I couldn't just leave Kaguya out on the street, so for the time being, I brought him back to the cafe for dinner. When I explained the situation to my dear landlord, unsurprisingly, he was less than amused.
いいか、犬猫じゃないんだぞ。人間だぞ人間。しかも男。
I know. As I got dinner ready, Cinderella breathed down my neck.
連れてきてどうすんだよ。まさか一緒に住む気じゃねえだろうな。ここは同棲禁止だぞ。
Since when?
今俺が決めた。俺も住んでるってのにうるさくされたらたまんねえからな。
Cinderella's a really good guy. I really didn't want this conversation with my boss to get too personal, so instead I laughed awkwardly. To be fair, I do think it would be unreasonable to move in with my new boyfriend on day one of our relationship. Feels like it's skipping a few too many steps.
んじゃ飯食わせたら放置すんのか。
What strikes me as kind of inhumane. He is my boyfriend after all.
恋人っていうかこのままだと紐確定だけどね。
Mooch as in a deadbeat loser who leeches off of his girlfriend's money. Kept man? I fell silent. Meanwhile, I put the food on a serving plate and handed it to Cinderella. Dinner's ready. Take it to the table, would you?
俺を使うなよ。
It's not like you have anything better to do. Ouch! I pinched my cheeks hard.
面白い顔。しょうがねえから運んで。
I really like Cinderella.
いいさん、僕が運んだるで。
Just then, Kaguya turned up in the nick of time and snatched the serving plate away. Kaguya, you're a guest here. Just wait at the table like I said. I'm not pinching my cheeks to say that because it would be all jumbled up and weird. As Cinderella continued to stretch my face out, I tried to protest, but as you can imagine, it was less than convincing.
そうなんやけどな。やっぱ何もせんでええっちゅうのは。
おい。
僕ですか？
そうだよ。あんたは金あんのかよ。
Cinderella, that's so rude. I smacked him.
代わりに聞いてやってんじゃねえか。
金は。
Pulled a wallet from his sleeve and emptied its contents into the palm of his hand.
これしか持ってへんわ。
What is that, like $10?
おめでとう。紐確定だな。
Cinderella smirked and clapped me on the shoulder. Wait, what? If you're broke, then why did you pay for my lunch? Right now I'm asking him rude questions. Granted, I had no idea, but still, I never should have let him buy me all that food.
はあ、せやな。
Casually evaded my question. But as I stood there panicking internally, it was Cinderella who put the final nail in the coffin.
お前こんな金ないやつに払わせたのかよ。鬼だな。
I'll pay you back, okay? I'll pay you back right now. I immediately made to run to my room and grab my wallet. But Kaguya seized me by the shoulder to stop me.
ああ、ええって。僕は自分の彼氏なんやから。そのくらいはさせてほしいっちゅうか。
いいじゃねえか。男を立ててやれよ。
If that, Cinderella walked past Kaguya to the dinner table. Meanwhile, Kaguya smiled at me awkwardly. Thank you. And I'm so sorry I didn't realize.
いやいや、ほんま気にせんでええから。僕の方こそ黙っててごめんな。
No, it's fine.
これ、テーブルに持ってったらええんやんな。
With a bright smile, Kaguya said about accomplishing the task I had requested of him. Perhaps he was more level-headed and responsible than his looks would suggest. You know, ignoring all the money problems and lady problems.
あ、そうだ。おい、
What is it? I stopped what I was doing and looked over.
2階に新しい住人が来たから、そいつに飯持ってってやれ。
Huh? Is it Alice? Never imagined Cinderella would let someone new move in. According to him, the tenant was a guy named Alice. Alice! Knowing Cinderella and his proclivities, I was expecting some leggy blonde, but evidently not. Alice, dinner's ready. Hello, Alice? Sorry to bother you. Are you in there? Tried knocking and shouting, but no one appeared. Hello, Alice. It's me, Arisu from next door. Pounded my fist on the door. He's not answered. I'll just leave it here, okay? I couldn't find anywhere to set the food, so instead I dragged the small side table out from the inside of my room and used that. There, perfect. I returned to the first floor to find Cinderella and Kaguya waiting for me at the dinner table.
おかえり。
遅えよ。
Evidently, they had chosen to wait until I returned before tucking into their supper. Sorry about that. Now, let's eat. I hurried to my usual seat beside Cinderella and reached for my fork. Likewise, Kaguya did the same.
いただきます。
Rub-a-dub-dub. Huh? No, what is with the translation? What? And so we partook of our meal. I say we, but I was so curious to see Kaguya's reaction to my cooking, I could scarcely eat a bite myself. He took a bite of the basil rice.
うわ、これめっちゃ美味しいな。
You mean it?
ほんまほんま。初めて食べたけど、どれもいけるで。
Tonight we were having Asian cuisine. Basil rice, mizuna and tofu salad, Asian-style veggie soup, and almond jelly for dessert. As Kaguya ate cheerfully, Cinderella sat there sulking.
そういや、兄ちゃんはここの家主さんやんな。こんな毎日食べれる兄ちゃんは幸せやな。
誰が兄ちゃん？
ほんならシンデレラさんでええかな。
笑い事じゃねえ。てか、お前これからどうするつもりなんだよ。
ん？
金もない、泊まるところもない。そんなんで今までどうやって生活してたんだよ。
Good question.
どないやろな。
But Kaguya simply shrugged it off.
どうせ声かけてきた女のところに転がり込んでたんだろ。
あははは。
I was starting to lose my patience. Cinderella, why don't we just hire him to work here?
言うと思った。
Cinderella let out a big, exaggerated sigh. That's my Cinderella. You're always one step ahead of me. Saves me so much time.
褒めてねえよ。あと、その猫なで声やめろ。鳥肌が立つ。
I should have used the voice on that.
まあまあ、怒ったらあかんね。そのようなことせんでも、僕はこれ食べたら出て行きますんで。
は？
夕飯代もここに置いときます。ああ、これで足りる？
Out came the $10 and change from earlier. But that's the only money you have.
まあ、そうやな。
Can't just hand over your last dime.
せやけど、ただっちゅうわけにはいかへんやろ。
Sure you can. I brought you here as my dinner guest, not my customer.
のに。
Sorry. I think I'm gonna go to the toilet for a little bit, so be right back. Alright, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. No, it isn't. Besides, this meal didn't cost that much to make. We won't accept your money, right, Cinderella?
まあな。
This Kaguya bowed politely.
おおきに。ごちそうさんです。
Was it a sigh of relief or a sigh of annoyance? I couldn't tell you.
で、どうなんだ。ここを出ていくったって、あんたはそっからどうするつもりだ。ま、
Alright.
兄ちゃん怖い顔せんといてや。まあええや。野宿でもどうにかなるやろ。
What sigh? I looked at Cinderella.
そうやってわざと同情を引く作戦か。見えすいた手なんだよ、紐男。
Cinderella, don't be such a jerk.
兄ちゃんはゆりかちゃんのことが好きなん？
は？
だってそうやろ？兄ちゃんが僕に突っかかってくるのって全部ひいさんのためを思ってのことや。
How do you react to Kaguya's hypothesis of Cinderella? First we're gonna save file 3, and then I'm gonna smirk. Why, Cinderella? You never told me you were hot for me.
何ニヤニヤしてんだよ、キモい。
Well, that name calling is just how you choose to show your love for me, isn't it? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm already spoken for. I pressed the hand to my chest for the theatrical effect.
うわ、うっぜ。とにかくだな。俺は。
Deny it, apparently. Kaguya? Since you're my boyfriend, I want to be clear with you about this. Cinderella is my boss and nothing more. I did my best to keep my expression neutral. After all, if I came off as panicky, my intentions could be misinterpreted. Misinterpreted?
そうなん？
Right, Cinderella? I turned to Cinderella beside me.
まあな。
He was so uninterested in the conversation, he didn't even meet my gaze. Do you actually like me? Not that I was hoping he'd be disappointed or anything, but it wasn't a very fun response now, was it?
そうなんや。
So, back to our earlier conversation. What are your plans for tonight?
どうしたいって？
I'm asking if you really plan to waltz out of here and go sleep on the street.
僕は別にええよ。
God, he's so freaking passive! He was a grown man, yet he was apparently incapable of making his own life decisions. I want to know what you want to do, Kaguya. Do you want to leave? I knew the conversation might start going around in circles, but I had to ask.
せやな。自分といたいかな。
Aww. There you have it, Cinderella. I want him to have his own room here.
あのな。
Failing that, he can move into my room with me.
禁止って言ったろ。
Then start allowing it. I stared him dead in the eyes.
ダメだ。
My heart stare shifted to puppy dog eyes.
その手は通用しない。
Wait, really? I was pretty sure you'd fall for it. Pressing a finger to my chin, I tilted my head cutely.
わざとらしいんだよ。
I would like say this is so dumb, but I do this. I do this. This is literally me. They are describing me. Yeah, I know, because I'm faking it on purpose. He silently smacked me upside the head. You're not supposed to hit a lady. Touching my head, I glared up at him.
自分らおもろいな。
笑い事じゃねえ。
Cinderella rounded on Kaguya, who immediately stirred to attention.
はい。
で、あんたは何ができる？
僕は言われれば何でも。
料理も、洗濯も、掃除も、店の手伝いも。
も ちろん。
Scowling, Cinderella fell silent. Then finally,
わかった。こっちの言うことを聞くなら、あんたをしばらくの間ここに置いてやってもいいぞ。
Cinderella is a sweet man.
おー。
Kaguya and I were so surprised at Cinderella's sudden change of heart that we both burst into uproarious applause.
ただし条件付きだ。まずは1週間のうちに。
1 month?
は
1 week is nowhere near enough time for him to get his act together. He needs a full month.
まあいい。じゃあ期限は1ヶ月ということでいいな。
I think so far in all the routes, it's all also like in a period of 1 month. Interesting.
はい。
Got it! I shot Kaguya a wink. He blinked back in surprise.
ここに居座ってる間は家事も洗濯も掃除も店の仕事もしろよ。あんたの彼女と分担なら楽勝だろ。
僕が全部やってもええけど。
I can't have that, then I won't have anything to contribute.
というわけで分担作業だ。どっちが何やるかは勝手に決めろ。で最後に
Cinderella glared at each of us in turn.
互いの部屋には一歩も入らないこと。
And so began our not quite cohabitation. That night, I stared down at the notebook on my desk. Dear Kaguya, as we head deeper into winter, I am ever grateful for your continued good health. No, I sound like a Jane Austen novel. I need to sound cute and girly. Then again, if I doodle hollers all over the place, I'll come off as an airhead. This is so hard. I groaned under my breath. It wasn't my first time writing a letter, but this was a bit of a special case. Closing my eyes, I folded my arms in contemplation. Okay, got it. I opened my eyes, grabbed my pen, and started writing. Later, I took the notebook with me to Kaguya's room. Standing in front of his door, I took a deep breath, then... Ah! Kaguya popped out of nowhere, startling me so bad I exhaled it all at once. Kaguya, as we head deeper into winter, I am ever grateful for your continued good health. The first thing that came to mind was the start of my Jane Austen letter.
なんやそれ。ごめんな。驚かせてしもうて。
I quickly looked away, hiding my notebook behind my back. No, it's fine. So anyway, now that you're going to be staying here, is there anything I can get for you? Timidly, I looked up at him.
別にないな。着替えの服もシンデレラさんに貸してもろたし。
Lately, I noticed his new outfit. He seemed a bit put together now compared to when we first met. Why are the clothes so big? Like, I get that the kimono is big, but why is the t-shirt underneath also really big?
これ、シンデレラさんが買うたけど、着ひんかったもんなんやって。ええやろ？かっこいいよな。
You look great!
やろ？よし。ほな、褒めてくれたお礼に、自分の頭、撫でたろうっと。よしよし。
As he patted me, I bit back a derpy grin.
で、抱きしめたるわ。
Sure thing, go for it! Flexively, I spread my arms out, and my notebook came into view.
これは？
As he grinned at me, I slumped my shoulders in resignation. It's a diary.
ひーさんの？もしかして、見せてくれるん？
Yes, of course. I handed him the dark brown notebook.
ああ、きに。ん？僕の名前？
Scrawled on the front was not just my name, but his as well. I stared back at him wordlessly. He seemed to take the hint because he opened the notebook and started flipping through. I can't read that. Dear Kaguya, Konnichiwa. My name is Yurika, and as of today, I'm your new girlfriend. Today also happens to be the same day we first met. Most people would probably think we're crazy for doing this, but personally, I don't really care. Is it weird to agree to date someone this quickly? Do you think I'm weird or easy? Because, for the record, I don't see you that way at all. I mean it. You're the first boyfriend I've ever had, so it might take me a while to learn the ropes. If I do something wrong or something you don't like, please let me know so I can stop. I'd like to be as considerate as possible. At this point, you've probably realized by now, but this isn't just any diary. It's a letter addressed to you. This is called an exchange diary. We're doing an exchange diary! That's so cute! Basically, we each take turns writing messages to each other in the same notebook. Communication is essential to deepening our relationship, but since things will probably be awkward in person, I figured pen and paper might make it easier to open up. So, long story short, I'd like to get us into the habit of using this exchange diary to write letters to each other. Oh, but obviously you don't have to if you really don't want to. This is just a suggestion. If you have any other ideas, I'm open to hearing them. Considering that we've moved in together, I'd say we've made a lot of progress, so lol. Anyway, I'd like to get to know you in whatever way suits you best. You're my boyfriend after all. I'm a total noob at this, but I'll do my best, okay? From Yurika. He started to read it. I was overcome with such embarrassment. I had to bury my face in my hands. When he finished, I peeked out at him through the gaps in my fingers.
これって
Oh, you see, as I've written in there, you and I only just met, and we barely knew each other. So I've been thinking about ways to fix that. It would scare a guy like him would roll his eyes at the concept of an exchange diary, but evidently I was worried for nothing.
なこれでヒーさんともっと仲良くなれるっちゅうわけやんな。日記なんて書いたことないからうまく書けるかわからへんけど、これからよろしゅうな。
He accepted the notebook with a smile.
イーさん、こんにちは。って一日中会ってるのに変な感じやな。今日からヒーさんと交換日記をするということで緊張しています。俺って今日起きたことを書いていけばいいんだっけ？いろいろ君のことを知っていけたらいいなと思っています。
Aww.
今後とも、よっ、かぐや。
Ollie? Oh, that's so cute! Kaguya. You know, if it weren't for the cheers at the end, I'd almost forget you had an accent. Silly, I know, but at the same time, it's kind of neat. Feel free to write about whatever you want, the day's events, or even just things you haven't had the courage to say out loud. Personally, I plan to write about all sorts of stuff. From Yurika.
Iiさん、こんにちは。イラスト。僕も真似して作ってみたんだけど、
Oh, that's so cute.
どうかな？
Oh, the auto button sucks.
文章は関西弁じゃないって当たり前やん。本当は笑ってる顔描きたかったんだけど、なんかめっちゃ変になった。ごめん。
Oh, it's so cute.
思ってても口に出して言えないようなことって恥ずかしいな。いろいろと考えてみましたけど、
Oh?
まずはここに僕の気持ちを打ち明けたいと思います。僕は君のことが好きです。君と会えて、君と一緒にいられて、僕はすごく幸せです。一緒にいてくれてありがとう。
5 days had passed since I first met Kaguya. morning, I headed down the stairs. And I mean early, as in 5 a.m. The winter sun was slow to rise, and the sky was still dark. Nevertheless, I could still hear the faint stirrings of someone who had somehow started his day ahead of me. Good morning, Kaguya.
おはようさん。今日もひいさんは可愛いな。
Thanks, you're looking quite handsome yourself.
おおきに。
It wasn't even sunrise, and yet he was already busily cleaning the cafe. I took a deep breath and forced myself to focus. Hey, Kaguya? You know I'm on the cleaning duty today, right?
ああ、そやな。
So why, pray tell, you're doing my job?
ごめんごめん。つい朝早く起きてしもうて。
I'll go try again, right now. I snatched the cleaning cloth away from him.
そやけど、僕、こう見えても朝方の人間やしな。
He smiled awkwardly at me, and I started to feel guilty for snapping at him. Okay, fine. Go ahead and finish it. I handed the cloth back to him.
おおきに、ひいさん。
Honestly, I'm the one who ought to thank you. Look, Kaguya, I understand you want to be helpful, but please don't overwork yourself.
気ぃつけるわ。
After Kaguya moved in, my workload lightened a fair bit. He was quite proactive in cleaning, laundry, and all sorts of other tasks. For the most of the part, it was great, really. There was just one small problem.
お株を奪われたな。
Oh, shut up. I refused to admit it. Cinderella smirked as he sliced into a rasher of bacon.
そないなことあらへんって。ひいさんは僕なんかよりずーっと器用やし、料理もうまいしな。
Thank you. Today we were having an authentic English breakfast. Beans and toast, juice, cereal, eggs, bacon, and grilled tomatoes.
お前も料理くらい作れるだろう。
Cinderella glanced up at Kaguya as he stopped his eggs with a fork.
作れへんってことはないけど。
Kaguya paused and looked at me. As our eyes met, he cocked his head and smiled.
ひいさんの美味しい手料理、毎日食べたいしな。
What a sweetheart. He giggled.
あっそ。
Cinderella scowled. Here, Kaguya, let me get the soy sauce for you. Now that I was in a better mood, I felt like doing something nice for him.
おきに。
俺には。
Here. I offered him the steak sauce.
ソース。
Oh, are you a steak sauce on your eggs person? Here. Promptly handed the bottle to Kaguya instead.
おい。
じゃあね、ほんまにソース派なんておんねんなーって思っただけやねん。
I never really use anything on my eggs except salt. With a smile, Kaguya passed the steak sauce back to Cinderella.
なんかバカにしてないか。
A little bit.
してへんしてへん。
Personally, I prefer my tamago sunny side up with shoyu on top.
わざわざ英語なんか使うな。この外国かぶれ。
Ah, gaikoku kawa. So, like, instead of, like, she's being a weeaboo, she's being, like, a foreigner lover, I guess? A little Japanese never hurt anybody, right, Kaguya?
せやな。
As you can see, our new arrangement was working out pretty well. After a few days, Cinderella's anti-Kaguya bias had faded considerably, and their interactions had grown more friendly. As for the cafe, well...
いらっしゃいませ。
In contrast with his leisurely appearance, Kaguya was actually quite the hard worker, and his friendly personality quickly made him popular with the regulars. However...
かぐやさん、
なんどないしたん？
かぐやちゃん、こっちもかまって。
Huh.
もうちょい待っててな。
There was now a critical influx of mostly female customers who visited specifically to see him. Man, looks are everything. Given his good looks, they were willing to dismiss his peculiar clothes as an endearing quirk of his. Plus, with his compassion, thoughtfulness, and that cute little mischievous streak, he was an instant hit with women of all ages. His popularity was understandable, of course, and a good thing, really. But since he was my boyfriend and all, I couldn't help but worry.
いいさん、注文入ったで。
Got it? That said, his popularity directly translated to more profit for us. Phew. After the lunch rush, the customers began to thin out. I had just finished doing the dishes when Kaguya walked in.
いいさん、どないしたん？元気ないな。
You think so?
見える見える。その原因、当てたろか？
Go for it.
嫉妬？
Ding ding ding! Winner winner chicken dinner! I clapped my hand. You're quite ahead with the ladies, huh? The sarcasm wasn't unintentional either. I was testing him to gauge his reaction.
ひいさんは可愛いな。今めっちゃギューって抱きしめたくなったわ。
However, it didn't have the desired effect. Quite the opposite, actually. Somehow he knew exactly what to say to play me like a fiddle. You're allowed to hug me, you know? Spread my arms wide.
ほんま？
Of course, you're my boyfriend.
じゃあ
Just as he reached out to pull me into his arms. Hold it. I took a half step back. On second thought, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. We can't flirt while we're on the clock. It's disrespectful to our customers. I was very clearly being a brat to him on purpose, but he didn't seem to mind in the slightest. In fact,
じゃあ今度誰もおらんところで恋人らしいことしようか。
how he said that with a straight face I'll never know. Yeah. Externally, I remained composed, but internally, I was trying to figure out what he meant by get real flirty.
いやそない警戒せんでもエッチなことはせえへんからん。
A mangled yelp found its way out of my mouth. I think I'm pretty good at mangled yelps, considering I do that a lot. Don't laugh.
ごめんごめん。いやあの時のひいさんほんまおもろかったわ。
This isn't funny. I pouted my lips.
めっちゃ可愛い。
It's not gonna work on me, mister. On the inside, it was totally working. A lady's heart is complex, you see. After dinner, we stepped out for our evening stroll. Evidently, Kaguya's idea of flirty is going on a date.
寒うない？
Yep, I'm fine. Nevertheless, Kaguya put his shawl over my shoulders.
我慢せんでええって。女の子やし冷えたらあかんやろ。
What about you?
僕は男の子やし。
Pressed a hand to his arm. Is this helping?
もうめっちゃ体中が熱くてかなわへんわ。
He adjusted his grip on my hand, gently lacing our fingers together. It was the classic boyfriend-girlfriend handhold.
こうした方がもっとあったかくなってええな。
Yeah. Speed dating. Behind my smile, the words echoed in my mind. We had only known each other for a few days, and yet we had already progressed to, well, this. We still didn't know each other all that well. But here we were, holding hands on a date, and living together, no less. Naturally, I couldn't pretend I wasn't attracted to him. He was my boyfriend after all. I loved talking to him, and the mere act of holding his hands was enough to set my heart aflutter. Of course, I wasn't immediately about to jump into the bed with him, but still, we were doing plenty of other romantic things. The one thing that set our relationship apart was the extremely short time it took to get to this point. In other words, we didn't really have much of a one-sided crush phase. Did that make our romance somehow less valid?
ヒーさんはなんで僕と付き合ってくれたん？
Huh?
ずっと疑問に思ってて。ヒーさんみたいな可愛い子がどうして僕みたいなのと付き合ってくれたんかなって。
It was a good question. Perfect timing too. I know, right? And we had only just met too.
せやねん。
Fell silent for a moment, then decided to be honest with him. Oh, it's because I was curious about you.
会ってそう間もない僕のことを？
Yeah, I'd only known you for a few minutes, and yet I wanted to know more. It's like that you captured my interest.
せやから僕と付き合ってくれた。ヒーさんは変わってるって言われるやろ。
How did you know? I shot him the finger guns.
なんで僕のことを知りたいと思ってくれたんか聞いてもええかな？
What made you so curious about Kaguya? Interesting. I decided I liked him. Well, I had taken a liking to you, obviously.
女の子に振られたばかりなのに告るような男やで。
It is quite interesting. At least you're self-aware, I guess. Come to think of it, why did she dump you anyway?
知りたい？
Just for future reference.
知ったらきっと僕のこと嫌いになると思うね。
Not bad, huh?
せやな。
Smiled sadly. Well, as curious as I am, I suppose it's not directly relevant to the subject at hand. So let's leave it at that.
なんかの講義みたいやな。
Wagged my index finger at him. This isn't a one-sided lecture. This is a discussion between equals. The more we communicate, the more we'll come to understand one another.
せやな。
Now, back to your question. Why do you think I would take a liking to you, given the circumstances under which we met?
僕がタイプやったん？
Precisely. You were my type.
見た目が？
Well, yes.
ん？どうしたん？
Does that make me shallow? It doesn't, because you have to be attracted at least to the person in order to even consider dating them. I think it's fine to an extent.
別に思ってへんや。それ言うたら僕だって会うたばかりのヒーさんに告ったわけやしな。
What about you? Why did you ask me out?
それはもちろん自分のことがタイプやって。
Physically?
やけど僕はヒーさんの性格も好きやで。
Even though you barely know me?
僕は自分と一緒におってこうして話すんもめっちゃ楽しいし、見た目以上に自分の可愛いところいっぱい見つけたと思ってるで。
After a moment of silence, I burst out laughing. I think I'm starting to understand why people like you, women especially.
あれ前にも言わへんかった？いつもニコニコして素敵やーって。
There is that, but now I've nailed it down a bit more. See, you're really good at reading people's body language. You can tell what people want from you. That's how you always manage to be so considerate and thoughtful. Granted, on the other side of the coin, you could say that he was a people pleaser with a terminal fear of being disliked. Welcome to the club, bro!
ヒーさんは頭がええからな。
Smarter than I look, I know. I get that a lot.
おまけに素直やし。
Not always. I can lie when the situation calls for it.
ええやん。そういうとこもめっちゃ好きやで。
Thanks. If anything, the real challenge will be staying together. Still barely know each other. All we can do is keep spending time with each other and making memories until eventually we fall in love for real.
つまりヒーさんにほんまに好きになってもらうためには、 僕の努力が必要っちゅう話やんな。
And the same goes for me. If I want you to fall in love with me for real, then I'll need to put in the equivalent amount of effort into the relationship.
僕は今のままでも十分ひいさんのこと大好きやで。
Well, then I'll just have to make you fall even harder. I shot him a playful wink.
せやな。ひいさんの魅力で僕ももっともっとメロメロになりたいわ。なあ、ひいさん。
His voice suddenly shifted down an octave, and he stopped short. Yeah? Likewise, I stopped and turned back to face him. Behind him, I could see a crescent moon hanging in the sky. Oh, the moon! Alongside the moon, the sky was decorated with a smattering of stars. Feels like it's been a while since I really looked at the moon. Then Kaguya took his mask off and put it on my head instead. What was that for? Well, with most of my vision now blocked, I could no longer see the moon, just a sliver of Kaguya. Confused, I flinched back, but since we were holding hands, I wasn't going anywhere. On the contrary, oh my god, the distance between us was slowly shrinking. Eventually, all I could see was his face, and then... CG? No CG! Go! Mean! I let out a depressed sigh. It was evening, and the sky outside the window was draped in twilight. As for this cafe, only one table had any customers. Since there was nothing left for me to take care of in the dining area, I took out the trash and started to clean the kitchen.
Oi. Oi!
Ouch! Someone smacked me over the head. I looked up, tears in my eyes. That's not very nice.
なんかあったのかよ。
No idea what you're talking about. This was, of course, a bald-faced lie, but I decided to play dumb regardless.
ごまかすな。なんか朝から。てか、昨日の夜からなんかおかしいだろ。
Acting weird? Not sure what you mean. I don't recall zoning out or dropping any plates or anything. As far as I could remember, I hadn't made any glaring mistakes at work today.
んなことしやがったら、あんたが正気に戻るまでぶったたいてやるよ。
Mean? What, like I'm an old TV? That's not going to fix me.
試してみるか？
No, thank you.
そういうところはいつも通りなんだけどな。
He sighed. Likewise, I sighed too. Cinderella, will you pinch my cheeks as hard as you can?
ほらよ。
Ow! He stretched my face out as far as it would go. You really don't know how to treat a woman gently, do you?
あんたが思いっきりって言ったんだろ。
Yeah, but I didn't mean that hard. I knew he was doing his best to hold back, but still, I would have liked him to be a bit more gentle.
んじゃ、もう一度やるか。
It's not necessary!
何してはるん？
I was so startled, I dashed around and hid behind Cinderella like a spooked rabbit.
おい、
Ooh.
何の用だとよ。
Red-faced and flustered, I could barely get a single word out. Fortunately, I had Cinderella on hand to translate for me.
そない逃げんでもええやん。
Unable to meet his gaze, I concealed myself behind Cinderella, my mouth opening and closing wordlessly like a fish. Meanwhile, Kaguya sighed sadly.
お客さんももうすぐ帰りはるみたいやし、そろそろ店じまい始めてもええですか？
おお、頼むわ。
Gah! Once I made sure Kaguya was gone, I gasped for a breath like I had just come up for air. When I finally raised my head, I found Cinderella staring down at me.
俺が言いたいこと、わかるよな。
Yeah.
ああ、せや。
あ なんなんだ。おい、お前、あいつになんかしたろ。
He cares so much. That's so cute. Before I knew what I was doing, I had dashed all the way up to the second floor. Ugh. Clutching my head, I groaned and whimpered, pacing pointlessly back and forth. From an outsider's perspective, I must have looked ridiculous, but it was all I could do to keep myself from imploding. It was the weirdness Cinderella had picked up on, my behavior around Kaguya. I knew it was just being obvious, blatantly obvious. But after that spectacular night, I just didn't know how to act around him anymore. Whenever I looked at him, my mind flashed back to what happened, and all my composure went right out the window. Obviously, I knew I needed to keep my personal life separated from my work, but whenever I let my guard down, well, you saw what happened back there. For the details of what exactly happened that night, he kissed me through the mask. Ah! She's so me. Another vivid flashback shot through my mind. The cringe was so intense, I curled into the fetal position and rolled around on the floor. In my mind, I was screaming, "Calm down! Be chill!" But I just couldn't get it out of my head. Yes, I knew just how ridiculous I was acting. But I was still only 19. I could dish it, but I couldn't take it. I just had trouble reacting to anything I wasn't outright expecting. Burying my flushed face in my knees, I began to hyperventilate. Girl, chill! Just then I heard the sound of a door opening. It's you! Oh my god, he's gonna... And out walked an attractive, blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. Man, 6'5" in finance? Sorry. What? Naturally, the first thing he said to me was an ableist slur. What? What? What did he say again? Where was... What?
君はバカなのか、それとも頭がおかしいのか、狂ってるのか、イカれてるのか、頭のネジが何本かポーンと抜け落ちたのか。昨日からうるさいんだよ。あれか、もしかしてゾンビか。それなら納得できるのだがな。脳みそが腐って言語中枢が働かなくなっているわけだからな。
I want to hear his oh, it's not here. How is psycho an ableist slur?
夜は静かにしろと言われなかったか。ここは君だけが住んでいるわけではない。夜騒いで許されるのは辺りを見渡しても家が一軒も見当たらないというど田舎だけだ。おかげで今日の僕は寝不足だ。見ろ、この目の下のクマを。
Yeah, I see them.
一日のうち最適な睡眠時間は何時から何時だと思う。良質な深い眠りを得るためのメラトニンと肌の修復に欠かせない成長ホルモンの分泌がピークになる時間帯はだいたい22時から深夜2時だと言われているそうだ。
Meanwhile, I sleep after 2 a.m. every day.
にもかかわらず昨日の僕が眠れたのは君が寝静まったと思われる深夜2時過ぎだ。僕は君のせいで美容と健康を損なったというわけだ。この責任はどう取るつもりだ。
I'm sorry.
そんな謝罪で許されると思っているのか、このスカポンタン。
What is a dippy? Dippy? What is this, the 1950s?
あと君の料理に対する意見というか指摘というか苦情だが、いかにも料理上手な自分を演出するための料理はいい加減やめてくれないか。
What do you mean?
言葉のままだ。毎回こじゃれたものを出してきて、私料理できるんですアピールがうざいと言っている。
I wasn't trying to show off.
嘘だな。そりゃ妙に凝った君の料理を見て最初は周りも気を使って君の料理を褒めただろうさ。しかしながら愚かなのは単純バカな君が社交辞令を額面通りに受け取ってしまったことだ。それからというもの君は褒められたい、よく思われたい一心でさらに料理を凝り出す。料理ができる私すごいでしょ、褒めて褒めて。 になったらそりゃうざいだけのパフォーマンスだ。
Why did they add the daddy there? He did not say daddy. I stared at him steadfastly. You're not enjoying my cooking?
今はそんなことを話していない。
Not outright, but you're certainly implying it. And if you're not enjoying it, then I want to know. Ha! You looked away! That means you liked it.
まずいまずいまずい。ああ、くっそまずいに決まってるだろ。
He's so annoying. Funny how you always manage to clean your plate.
ニヤニヤするな、気持ち悪い。僕が君の料理を残さずに食べたからといって美味しいとは限らないだろう。僕が食べ物を残してはいけないという崇高な観念の持ち主だという可能性をなぜ考えない？
Oh, really? Is that out of respect for the chef? The food itself? Or for the people who go hungry every day?
は？君はバカか？僕がそんなことを考えながら食べているわけないだろう。どれもバカバカしい自分よがりな考え方だ。自己満だ。英語だ、英語。ついでに言うならば、もったいないからとか貧乏臭い思考もない。すでに腹が満たされているというのに完食することに意義なんてあるわけないだろう。それこそ非生産的だ。
I see. So you do it because it tastes good?
エスニックやらフレンチやらイタリアンやらキャセロール風やらフランドル風やら南仏プロバンス風やら意味がわからん。ここはどこだ？日本だろ。だったら日本料理を持ってこい。
But like Big Macs? I think they did not mean Big Macs because they're saying Japanese food.
君はわざと言っているだろう。それともあれか？僕の言葉を本質的に理解していないバカなのか？
So far what I'm getting from this is that you'd like to have some simple meals now and then in addition to the fancy stuff.
君にしてはまあまあ理解した方だな。だが褒めてはな。褒めるとすぐにつけ上がるからな。
Who, me? I don't have an ego.
そしてそういう皮肉なところが最高に僕を苛立たせる。
Gee, thanks. Oh! This was my third time getting my cheeks pinched today.
とりあえずカタカナ料理はしばらくもういい。
Alright then, I take it to mean that you won't need any desserts either, right? Since dessert is a French word.
君はバカか？それとも僕をおちょくっているのか？バカにしてるのか？
Yeah, both. I'm making fun of you and I find it funny. Stop! Make that 4 cheek pinches. Alice, you're such an ass.
何がひどいだ。被害者ぶっているが、君は加害者の立場だろ。
For making food? Okay, so you are Alice. Nice to meet you, I guess. My name is... Oh man, I love that. Okay. I think we should leave this here. Leave it at a high note rather than a cliffhanger. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. It's around 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. GMT plus 7. The range is big because I don't know when my brother will be leaving. But yeah. I should be back tomorrow. I should. I don't know yet. Unless he changes his schedule, I will be free tomorrow. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.